Hey.
What's up, my Sagittarius sister? How are you?
Uh-oh, when's your birthday?
December 11th.
Yay! Oh, one of my best friends, December 10th. Okay.
Okay.
And my older brother is a Sag. He's November 27th.
Wait a minute. Two Sages grew up in the same house?
Yes, sir.
That
And then my brother married a Sag.
Really?
Yes.
It's hard to marry another Sag. That's hard. I mean, who's gonna?
Yeah,
how
divorced now.
How do you share all the attention?
You know what? It's weird because my brother was not he wasn't like an attention whore.
Mm-hmm.
He was like a laid back Sag, but he was like always like very bullheaded. I think like Sagittarian men are very bullheaded.
I'll take that.
Yes.
So how you doing?
I'm fine. I cannot complain, sir.
Well, you looked amazing last night. I don't know why. It's all this talk on the internet about your dress. I love the new Nicki Minaj. Tell us where this came from. You kind of switched up your style a little bit since you got on American Idol.
Oh, babe, well, thank you. I was going to switch up my style whether I was on Idol or not because I had the desire to just tone stuff down and look a little bit more sophisticated. And so in December of last year, I started just planning, what do I want my hair to look like next year? And when I got the offer to do the cover of Elle, I was like, perfect. We'll unveil a new look for Elle, and we'll keep it going. And that's what I've done, and I appreciate it. I do know that the new look is more appealing to men, and I think I've realized that with men, less is more. Like, men like the more natural look, the more toned down. And so, that's what we're giving the kids this year, honey child.
Well, you know what? You're a beautiful girl, and I am so proud of you and I just remember you with the mixtape many, many years ago, and to see you on superstar status now, I'm just so proud of your grind. It was a lot of hard work, and a lot of people don't understand the work that you put into it. But tell us a little bit about that journey from Nicki, from Performing Arts High School in Queens with a dream, and where you are right now. Did you ever imagine you'd be at this place?
I guess I truly desired it, and I prayed hard and wanted it so bad because my childhood was not one that I would wish on anyone, and I didn't want my children to kind of like have that childhood. I always envisioned myself providing a better life for my kids than I had, so I knew that entertainment could take me somewhere big, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like that's where my head was always at. And to be honest, I really believed in myself. Like in high school, I was so confident. Like I was like, yeah, y'all better get used to y'all better get happy to be chilling with me because next year I'm gonna be famous.
Right.
I'm gonna be in movies with Halle Berry, and I'm gonna be the next Halle Berry. Like I was just because I went to school for acting.
Right.
So that was really my thing. Like I started taking rap seriously after high school, and But prior to that, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to be an actress because everybody tells me I'm a good actress, so that's what I'm going to do. And it never dawned on me the hard work and the struggle that it would entail to get there. I'm not going to lie. I underestimated what it took to be on top. And there were times when I just sat there and I was like, yo, why am I doing this? I'm never going to make it.
Right.
I am one in a million people that has the same dream. What's going to make me different? I really just truly believe that, like, me having, like, I know this sounds crazy, but I always had, like, a strong spiritual foundation. Like, my mother would make me go to church whether I wanted to or not, and I ended up just liking church. And so if it's one thing that I took from always going to church, it was the philosophy of faith, believing something even when you can't see it. And everybody, like people around me have told me I was crazy. They called me stupid. They said I'm living in a fantasy world. But somewhere in my heart, I just believed that there was no other path for me other than being in entertainment and being successful at it. So even though like my journey is nowhere where I wanted to end up at the last point of my life, I feel like we've done a lot. Like when I say we, I mean my team and my fans. Like we've done more than people predicted.
Isn't it amazing when you have a dream, how many people are against your dream? And it's like, it's not even your dream, but you come across so many people that are against you. How did you fight through that? And talk to the young folks listening right now that have to deal with that on a day-to-day. Like, go back to Nicki, the Nicki that was working at Red Lobster. Remember them days?
Yep. You know, the thing is, you're so absolutely right, and you just touched on something that's so real. I think people give you the most opposition when they know in their hearts that you are actually capable of fulfilling your dream. Because, like, we don't hate on people who we really honestly think ain't gonna really accomplish their dreams. You know what I'm saying? Or accomplish their goals. Mm-hmm. We look at people that we think, oh my God, maybe they have a chance at it. Let me pull them down. Let me break them apart. Let me diss them. Let me laugh them out of the game. And I was like, nobody took me serious. You know, everybody looked at one thing and assumed I was judged my whole life, right? And I'm not mad at that because we do that. Everybody does that as human beings.
Right.
But I think for like the younger people out, and I tell my fans this all the time, you really have to learn how to block it off. And to me, to be completely honest, I don't even think that social media is healthy for teenagers. Like, I'm going to strongly advise that you stay off of it because when I didn't have that, so I was under so much peer pressure to do this and to do that and to try this.
Right.
So I can imagine how much peer pressure these kids have that have social media, and it's like every mistake that they make is on World Star Hip Hop. If they get beat up, it's on World Star Hip Hop, and I think that's a fail. That's a fail on so many levels. Like, why are we putting up videos with kids getting beat up and humiliated on the internet? Why? And then when they commit suicide, then we want to act like we care. But it's crazy, like, I don't mean to be preaching and all that, because I'm not a saint by any means, but I had this conversation with my homegirl yesterday, and we were just talking about how crazy that is, because I saw this video of the girl getting her ponytail snatched, and I said, imagine how embarrassing that would be at 15 years old, getting your weave snatched off your ponytail.
Right.
Like, it's just crazy stuff. So this is what I would say to young people everywhere. If you believe in yourself, take that belief and add it with hard work, and you will achieve anything you want to achieve. They said female rappers they told me there's no way a female. I remember a old chick saying she ain't even gonna sell 500,000 albums.
Wow.
She ain't even gonna sell So now, 5 million albums later, it's like, oh, okay, all right, I remember that comment. I ain't never going to forget that comment. I'll never even mention your name, but boo-boo, I remember that comment. And instead of you saying, I believe that we can do it and change the game for females, you doubted me. And I just let that doubt fuel me. Everybody's doubt in some way, shape, or form has fueled me, and it's made my fans even cockier, and it's made them push me even more, and I really gain strength from them because they'll tell me, don't give up, Nicki. Don't give them what they want. Don't give these haters what they want. Because I've thought about it many times. I'm not going to lie. I'm not Superwoman. I work my butt off, but I've thought about giving up many, many times. But now I'm in a new place, and I'm good. Like, it really doesn't matter. I'm focused.
Well, the one good thing, and I think it's a good trait that you have is that you don't let others blind you, and you are who you are, which I want to get into American Idol because I feel like I don't watch American Idol. I used to be a fan back in the days, but my daughter is 7 years old, and she likes American Idol. So before she goes to bed some nights, we watch the show, and she loves you because you're so honest. Like, finally there's somebody on there that's just being real and telling people, listen, babe, this is not for you. Because a lot of times these parents, they push their kids onto these shows, and that's real. And here you are being open and honest. And a lot of people are critical of you for being open and honest, but I feel like that's what we need in the world. You need to be more honest with people about stuff. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I was scared when we were doing like the first initial audition process. I was just like, oh, God. I felt like, if everybody's going to be nice and I'm going to just be telling people how I really feel, then I'm going to be seen as a villain. And then when the contestants left the show, they were doing interviews saying,
we loved Nicki the best because we knew whatever she said was what she really felt, and she wasn't patronizing us. And that is when I was like, you know what? I am, and not saying that anybody else on the panel patronizes. I'm just saying that's what I've heard from a lot of the contestants, okay?
Right.
Because I don't want to put anybody down for their style, but I've heard that from a lot of the contestants, and I'm glad for that because this is the difference. I've grown up and I've launched my career in the era of social media. Do you understand? So I cannot sugarcoat for these kids, and then they get out in the real world and they have, you know, to be blogged about and dissed and tormented, and then they're like, wait a minute, I wasn't prepped for this.
Right.
You have to be prepped for people talking about you and people laughing at you and people telling you to not do it and that, you know, whatever the case may be. And if you still really want to do it after then you know, continue to pursue it. But I'm not here to lie to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To me, the people who were the harshest to me in my life sometimes would get the best out of me because I would want to prove them wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like what I take from what I do on Idol. Like, you know, even though I've gained a bond with them, I don't want to lie to them. I'm not their mother. I'm not there to do that.
All right, we're inside the All Request party with Nicki Minaj. Nicki, you got a brand new video out now. Is this a new album that's coming?
This was from the album, The Re-Up, which is the re-release of my second album.
Gotcha.
And that's the one I put that out in November. And so this is the second video and song off the Re-Up album, which the 7 songs that I had put on that re-release, that's all hip-hop, all rap. And so it was a perfect time because Wayne just dropped his album as well, for me to put out this new song with Wayne and to do the video. And I love it. I mean, it's sexy, it's a feel-good song, and it just takes me back kind of like to my roots, and it's where I want to continue to go with the third album in terms of writing.
Is there a new project? Like, what's the date frame for a new album and tour and all that stuff? Because we waiting to see you. We waiting to see you in Cleveland. You did a great job last summer when you came here.
Thank you. And shout out to Cleveland. Oh, my goodness. That's one of the places I used to come even before I had a deal, so I want to just shout out to anybody that's listening right now. Outside of that, I'm going to start working on the album in about a month. Or two. I have to shoot a movie, and then I'll be working on the album. And I'm definitely not going to give a time frame for when the album is going to come out because it's going to be an organic transition this time. I'm not going to put a time limit on it. I just want to give people, you know, what they fell in love with originally. And sometimes when I would write, like on my mixtapes and on my first album, I would write verses 3 and 4 times over if I had to. I remember writing Warning, and I remember taking like over a week to write Warning. Shout out to the late, great Biggie. You know what I'm saying? But everything was a perfected line and a perfected metaphor and a perfected rhyme. And with the second album, I was doing so much that I didn't have the chance to really sit down and rewrite over and over and over. So I promised myself with the third album, if I had to rewrite 10, 20, 15, 30 billion times, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, well, we're looking forward to the new album. And you mentioned movies, which originally when you went into entertainment was what you wanted to do. Tell us about the new movie that you're doing and what other projects do you have coming down the line for movies?
I can't say exactly what movie I'm doing, but I'm going to be shooting a movie next month. And I'm pretty sure once the movie's done, everybody will start hearing about it and they'll start promoting it and whatever. But I'm just really excited and I mean, it's just an honor to work with the people who I'll be working with, and that's all I'll say about that.
All right, well, listen, I want to see you on the big screen because I want to see you master the area that you really have a lot of passion for. Maybe, who knows, it could be a Nicki Minaj Academy Award winner. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be crazy. Only a dream.
The haters Nicki, the haters would explode if you won an Academy Award.
The haters would kill themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, too bad for them. They'll experience that one day.
All right. Well, thank you so much for checking in. Oh, one final question. I noticed that you were doing a lot of flirting on American Idol, especially during the initial shows. What kind of guy does Nicki Minaj like? You seem like you know, you got this extravagant personality, but what kind of dude like can you hook up with? What do you look for in a guy?
I love when a guy can make me laugh. But I also love when a guy is really smart. If you could be smart and funny and have lips that I don't mind kissing all the time, then I probably might like you. I don't know, it's weird because I'm like, I'll flirt in a joking way, but I am very, 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 very picky, and I'm not one of those, like, I'm not a touchy-feely type of person either, so I do it in terms of words, but not in terms of actions. You know, like, it has to be a very special person to get, you know what I'm saying, any kind of affection from the kid.
Well, and of course, in the Sag, you know, it's hard to get in with a Sag, and it's hard to keep a Sag. You know, you got to keep us entertained and keep us, you know, liking you and wanting to be down with you, because we can move on quickly.
Yeah, but you know what? Sag women tend to be in very long-term relationships. We also, see, I don't know about the guys, but I know with the girls, we're very forgiving, and we always, like, have this picture-perfect relationship in our brain that we're willing to work towards. So that's my jewel for Sag girls. In terms of boys, I don't know.
Well, Nicki, it's awesome talking to you. We look forward to seeing you soon. Congrats on all your success. And
thank you so much. And please give everybody over there my love, everybody at the station. And I just really appreciate you guys for supporting me. I really, really do. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
You got it. Thanks, Nicki.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.